poppin'? What's poppin'? It's been a minute. I know. It's because stuff is hella serious out here, and I don't have no funny ideas. I wanted to drop some lighter stuff, so I've just kind of been neglecting it. And I've been kind of doing like this digital diary type joint, but I'm not really releasing that. But man, shoot, we back. And we're really only back because I really am only gonna make videos when I feel like there's something that I actually have to say, or I feel like y'all should hear. And recently, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, I go to a college called Liberty University, and recently, within the school, there's been some bull jive that's kind of been going on, and there's not really an easy way to address it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a certain amount of denial that people who go there have. The school, if you go online, says that they're about 15% African American, Black, and I can tell you that those numbers are for online. Know that those numbers are not real. The residential campus, after the 2016 election, dropped like a crazy amount, from double digit, like mid-low teens, to single digits, like about 5%, 4% type. And maybe it was climbing in recent years, but I'm not 100%. Point is, the amount of African Americans in Liberty residentially is not a high number. And while I love my school and the amount of growth that I've been able to have at Liberty has been astounding, and I'm indebted to many professors, my pastors. Shout out to HC3, my friends, my girlfriend. Like, I'm indebted to those people for the growth that I've had. But with that being said, I think it would be remiss to not speak. In light, recently there have been a number of teachers resign. There have been a number of athletes go into the transfer portal, and the Liberty University Twitter account said that they were sorry for the inappropriate comments made by teachers, and that part got me. I wasn't gonna say anything until that, because silence is one thing. If you're gonna be quiet, be quiet. But to insinuate that it is because of teachers that are leaving, speaking negatively on the school, that is why people are going, is foolish, I would say, at worst, and at best is misguided. It is very ignorant to the fact that people are upset at the actions of the school president. Now, I'm not here to bash anybody. I don't think that's the Christian way. But what I will say is, there's an alarming amount of denial going on. I'm an RA, and there was a call about a drug incident, and when we went to go talk to the student was very easy to deal with. They were complying. I stayed to make sure the student didn't mess with anything. They got all the stuff out, that kind of thing. My RA partner went to go greet the officers, the loopy officers who were coming in. And when they came in, they started grilling me. Now, mind you, the student that we got called in for is light skinned, so I can get into a whole colorism talk, but that's not what we're talking about right now. They started grilling me, and I had to literally say, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about right now. I don't know what you're talking about." And it took my RA partner to say, "No, he's my RA partner," for them to realize that they were grilling the wrong guy. They had genuinely ignored the other person in the room. And that frustrated me. That frustrated me very much. Now, I'm a person who is skeptical by nature. I'm very skeptical of power and authority. Not necessarily just authority figures, but I believe that power will do things to people if unchecked. And that's my main issue. And I think that is an example of a Liberty official organization where I feel like I was profiled. I could mention other instances. I could mention instances of walking by people's cars and getting funny looks and having them lock their doors, or wearing a do-rag and having people tell me maybe you shouldn't wear a do-rag. Things like that. But that's a whole life thing, and that's a whole thing that there's really not time to deal with. The point is that I am disappointed at the response of Liberty officials, for the most part anyway. I think I'm happy that there's change going on now, but I think I just wanted to share this experience to show that it's not something that's just, while to me it might have been a one-off, and it wasn't a one-off, so you can dispel that, but to me it might have been, to you it might seem like a small instance, it might have just seemed like one more thing, or just whatever, but these kind of things add up and they go unchecked, and that's how you get to the point where your school president will say something like that. And it's not that he was necessarily wrong, that maybe the governor didn't get grilled enough, or maybe whatever. You can have whatever opinion you want. The point is that people can tell when you're being fake, and people can tell when you're doing something for political sway. People know when you're being disingenuous. They're being, is that the word? Anyway, you get the idea. People know when you're not being serious. So hopefully, even if it's just because you know me, you know who I am, hearing that can maybe shed a little more light on this is not just a thing that happens to a few people and people just need to get over it, and it's just a thing that one cop had an issue, that one officer had an issue. If it's consistently happening to many people over many times, over years, eventually you have to stop looking at maybe it's an individual problem and look at maybe there's an institutional issue going on. Yeah, I hope you all have a blessed day.